experiment still. We'll see what they do moving forward because they used a lot of pitchers today. So we'll discuss that as well as the latest around the NFL. Andy McNamara is going to join us today on Game Night because Friday we will have the Phillies game. Wednesday and Friday, Phillies games 2 and 3. Both games coverage begins at 4:30. So Mike Gill in the Sports Bash will lead you in Wednesday and Friday to Phillies baseball versus the Braves, games 2 and 3, right here on 97.3 ESPN FM. Thanks to ESPN Radio's ESPN baseball postseason coverage. So no game night Wednesday or Friday. So we got Andy McNamara today on game night. So we're going to save all the NFL talk for him. Text board is open, 609-403-0973. You also can DM the show through the 97.3 ESPN mobile app powered by First Bank of Seattle. So, look, I wasn't sure if the Phillies were going to win game one because my theory is that coming into this game, Max Fried had actually pitched well overall against the Phillies. It's not like the Phillies had lit him up. He had that one game where he allowed 3 runs. But the other games, he actually pitched all right. As I put out there on Twitter, this afternoon, the Phillies got 4 runs against Max Fried in under 4 full innings. Max's 4 starts against Philadelphia during the regular season, he only allowed 8 runs in 23 innings. So they found a way, whether it was just happenstance, whether it was Fried maybe not being 100%, whether it was they saw something in those 4 starts against him that they were able to use against him today, or maybe the Phillies were just a hot team right now. Whatever the reason is, this was a huge win for Philadelphia. Now, the concern moving forward is, and I think it's a very fair question to ask, what do you do after the starters are out of the game? I don't think it's as simple as don't pitch this guy or that guy. Because one, we got the news early this morning, and Mike Gill mentioned on the Sports Bash about an hour ago with Bob Wankel, the no Dave Robertson thing might be the biggest factor in this team making a deep postseason run. Because we found out late this morning that Robertson is not even on the postseason roster because he hurt his calf celebrating. I mean, is there anything more bizarre than that? Mike Gill likes to joke about the fact that, I've had every injury on earth. I can tell you, I've never strained my calf celebrating. I don't know if I've ever hurt myself celebrating in general. Now, maybe I'm just a pathetic celebrator. Maybe I just am not a very, boisterous individual when I celebrate things. So maybe that's a personal problem I have. But I think that Robertson being out is a huge loss for this team. It's a massive letdown. This guy was literally brought in here to be a part of the back end of this bullpen. And now you're moving forward, and I have no idea what you're going to do tomorrow if it's a close game because you used Dominguez for 2 innings. He was phenomenal for those 2 innings. But guess what? I don't think he's available tomorrow. You had to bring Brad Hand in. You went out and you had to bring in Alvarado for an inning. Brogdon, you had to burn through him. And then Eflin, I don't think Eflin's arm is tired per se, but we know part of the reason why he's in the bullpen is because of the injury that he dealt with the knee issue. So I don't know exactly what you're doing tomorrow night. I don't know if anybody has the right answer because at the end of the day, this Phillies team threw everything out there to win this game. And now they're going to look to their ace, Zach Wheeler, to basically put them in a position to win the series tomorrow afternoon. This is going to be a fascinating chess game. This is Thompson versus Snedeker, the Braves manager, versus the Phillies manager in a battle of wits. This is going to be tomorrow. How do you maneuver this situation? Because guess what? The Phillies, they didn't get all of their runs in 1 inning, but they also didn't get all of their runs all game long. It was not consistent offense. The Phillies had to pick and choose their spots in this game. Because when you break down how the game went, the Phillies scored 0 runs in the 6th, 7th, 8th, and 9th innings. They scored all their runs in the first 5. So that means the Braves bullpen was good enough to keep you quiet. Now, I don't know who's available for the Braves bullpen because Stevens, he went 2 innings in this game. Chavez went an inning and a third. McHugh went an inning and a third. So I have no idea who's available for the Braves either. There's a strong possibility that tomorrow's game could also be a higher number on the scoreboard because if the Braves have to go to their bullpen early with Kyle Wright on the mound tomorrow, who are they bringing in and who can the Phillies take advantage of? And on the flip side, if Wheeler can't go more than 6 innings or 5 innings, let's say, who's coming in for the Phillies? And then it becomes whose offense is going to take better advantage of the other team's problems and which bullpen is going to be able to survive the oncoming onslaught. This series is literally going to come down to which manager pushes the right buttons. Now, the other story of this game 1, which was heard here on 97.3 ESPN FM, Josh Hennig hanging out with you here on Game Night. Mike Gill on the Sports Bash will be on tomorrow, 2 o'clock, leading you into Phillies baseball. First pitch, 4:30 p.m. here on 97.3 ESPN FM. The other side of this conversation is Nick Castellanos. This dude has been ridiculed and criticized and lambasted all season long. He hits well. The complaint is, well, why didn't he hit well earlier this year? When he doesn't hit well, it's we gave this guy all this money and look what he's doing. You don't win this game without him. 3 for 5, 3 RBI, and arguably the most important catch of the game. If he doesn't make that catch, that's at minimum a double, maximum an inside the park home run. So let's be fair. Let's be honest. Nick Castellanos was the MVP of this game. I know it's not popular to say or cool or whatever, but the reality is that Nick Castellanos just won you game 1 in Atlanta and was a huge part of it. And I'm not excusing the atrocious play and hitting from him for about 2.5 months this year. And I'm not ignoring the fact that this guy's injury may have derailed this team in the month of September because maybe they became a little too dependent on him without Harper out there when he was coming back from his injury. But he came up when it mattered the most. And if the Phillies win this series against Atlanta, you may have to point to Nick Castellanos in game 1 and say, you know what? He came through when we needed him. And now we're in the NLCS because of him. Over on the text board, tell me your message is 609-403-0973 is the text board. You also can DM the show through the 973 ESPN mobile app powered by First Bank of Seattle. Don't forget, Phillies game 2 tomorrow following Mike Gill in the Sports Bash, 4:30 p.m. And then game 2 tomorrow, game 3 on Friday, both 4:30 p.m. First pitches here on 97.3 ESPN FM. Paul in Millville chimes in and says, hey, Josh, this is a big win. It flips the home field in our favor, and it puts our Wheeler and Nola in a spot to put us to get the win. We need to give Suarez more credit for getting out of 2 bases loaded jams. Yes, he didn't last long in the game, but the Braves could have easily blown the game wide open. Suarez was an escape artist today. Paul Melville, you're right. Suarez definitely deserves a chunk of credit for holding his composure. I think Smoltz brought up a good point on the telecast that, Suarez was not letting the moment affect him. He got in and out of situations very well. So you're right, Paul and Melville. We do got to give Ranger Suarez a lot of credit for this win. Another text coming in here at 609-403-0973. Texter says, I go with Falter if Wheeler or Nola don't go deep in a game. They will stack the lefties with Wheeler out there, so I would go Falter coming out of the bullpen because he can give you 2 to 3 innings. Listen, I don't think it's a bad idea. I think that Falter is a guy that showed you during the regular season that he is more than able to be a good pitcher, and I don't think he has shown you any history of making major mistakes. That's the problem right now with Kyle Gibson in that bullpen. Gibson is a Jekyll and Hyde pitcher. He has been inconsistent. He has not always given you the best opportunities out there. So you could argue that Falter is a better option out of the bullpen at this point than Kyle Gibson is. Joey D. Inventor chimes in and says, 3-0 in the playoffs. Let's go, Phillies. Huge catch by Nick Castellanos. Let's go. That's from Joey D. Inventor. Is a great point by him. Texter chimes in and says, Josh, when did Castellanos hit well? He was bad all year long. Well, first of all, he hit around 300 for the month of August. And in the month of April, off the top of my head, I know he had 7 home runs. I think it was, 20 or 19 RBI or whatever it was that month. So in April and August, he hit very well. But for May and June, he hit very poorly. And July, he was a boomer bust player. And then August, he was on fire, hitting around 300. He was one of the best hitters on this team for about 3 weeks. And then he had that oblique situation, or I'm not even fully sure what the injury was, honestly. I'm not going to pretend like I remember every Phillies injury off the top of my head. But no, he was he did not stink all year. He was bad for about 2 months. He was Jekyll and Hyde for a month. And then 2 other months, he hit very well. So I'll pull up the full numbers and I'll give it to you on the other side. But keep the text coming in, 609-403-0973. By the way, it's Eagles-Dallas week. And because we won't be on the air on Friday because of Phillies baseball, Andy McNamara kind enough to join us earlier in the week to talk some NFL. Don't forget, bye week start this week. So if you're playing fantasy football, you better pay attention to who's on the bye week. Andy McNamara has all the football talk next year on Game Night with me, Josh Hennig, on 97.3 ESPN FM and 97.3 ESPN mobile app powered by First Bank of Sea Isle.
This is the radio home for Philadelphia Eagles football. The Eagles continue the 2022 season this Sunday night against their NFC East rivals, the Dallas Cowboys.
We circle this date the second the schedule comes out. There's nothing normal about playing against the Dallas Cowboys.
Pre-game coverage starts at 7 p.m. with Merrill Reese and Mike Quick calling all the action starting at 8:20. This is where the Philadelphia Eagles play. 97.3 ESPN, South Jersey's official Eagles station.
At Cape Regional Health System, a healthier life starts with compassionate urology care for men and women. Cape Regional Health System offers highly advanced care for conditions that affect the urinary tract, kidneys, bladder, pelvic floor, and prostate. Cape Regional Health System's team of board-certified and fellowship-trained urology and urogynecology specialists will work with you to develop a individualized treatment plan so you can get back to a healthier life. Get the care you need by calling 609-463-CAPE. Visit caperegionalhealth.com/urology for more information. Cape Regional Health System for a healthier life.
By now, you know that sound. It's the sound of the Home Depot. But what about those sounds? Those are the sounds of a Samsung bespoke laundry set, washing and drying a full load in under an hour, making this the sound of savings on top brand appliances. Save up to $1,052 on a new Samsung bespoke laundry set at the Home Depot. How doers get more done. Offer valid September 29th through October 19th. U.S. only. See store or online for details.
What's your least favorite season? Now, if you're like me, it's cold and flu season. So get relief from it this year with Mucinex DM. With cough and chest congestion relief for 12 hours in just 1 dose. That's 3 times longer than 4-hour products. Mucinex DM makes any season comeback season. Even cold and flu season. Get 3 times the relief in just 1 dose with Mucinex DM. It couldn't be simpler. Nothing lasts longer among over-the-counter cough and cold remedies. Mucinex DM provides 12 hours of relief for chest congestion and cough, day or night. Use as directed.
She posted about us just now.
Celebrities can't get enough of Bianna's bespoke skincare line.
She has 147 million followers. How do we monetize?
She needs a social media associate to help her with the hype.
We should repost this. Do we need a hashtag?
Indeed can help her hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. You can schedule and conduct virtual interviews all from your employer dashboard. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Let's be real. Mopping is a hassle. You have to fill the bucket, pushing a wet, heavy mop around, then cleaning the mop when you're done so it doesn't grow bacteria. A hassle on top of a hassle. Try Swiffer WetJet. With Swiffer WetJet, you start with a fresh pad and cleaning solution every time. And when you're done, you just toss the pad. Swiffer WetJet, the faster, easier, cleaner way to clean your floors.
Son, get in the car.
No, Dad, not your car. It smells horrid and it looks awful. I'm scared, Dad. I'm really scared.
Is your old car really scary? Matt Platt Mitsubishi wants your trade, even if you owe thousands more than it's worth. Push, pull, even drag it in to Matt Platt Mitsubishi and get more for your trade when you purchase any select new 2022 Mitsubishi SUV, plus every new Mitsubishi Eclipse Cross or Outlander SUV. Put zero down and pay only 2.9% financing. Worried that your credit will make car buying scary? Matt Platt Mitsubishi knows bad things happen to good people. We finance your future, not your past. Even if your credit is less than perfect. Simply Matt Platt Mitsubishi. Unapproved with Tier 1 credit. Rebates and incentives to dealer. Go to mattplattmitsubishi.com for complete details. Plus tax, license, registration fees. Offers can't be combined. Expires 11/5/22. So come in today and get your deal your way. Located right in the heart of Glassboro for over 30 years.
You wash your hands, you brush your teeth, but what about the nose? How do you clean your nose? With Navage. Navage uses powered suction to pull saline in one nostril, around the back of the nose, and out the other nostril, flushing out allergens, mucus, and germs. And it's why cleaning your nose, the body's air filter, is the next evolution in daily personal hygiene. People try Navage for lots of reasons. Sinusitis, colds, allergies, snoring, things that make it hard to breathe through your nose. But over time, they find that cleaning their nose makes them feel better, a lot better. Over 3 million Navage users have written more than 100,000 reviews, averaging 4.7 stars, saying, best product I've ever used, and amazing. I love my Navage. Navage helps you breathe better, sleep deeper, and snore less, but the biggest payoff is improved health. Navage is good personal hygiene and can help you stay healthier. At Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, Rite Aid, Target, and online. Navage, N-A-V-A-G-E, clean nose, healthy life.
Today on Hey Culligan, reverse to reduce. Here's Bob.
Hey Culligan, I love fresh water, but I got plastic bottles coming out.
Whoa, Bob, you are not kidding about the bottles. But did you know Culligan's reverse osmosis and always-on drinking water systems provide fresh, clean, delicious drinking water and help reduce the equivalent of over 15 billion plastic bottles from landfills worldwide?
Holy, fresh, environmentally friendly drinking water. Am I right?
Right, Bob. And we're already on the way. Let us help you out with a free in-home water test from a local Culligan water expert at Culligan.com.
Businesses don't run on automation or algorithms alone. What powers businesses are your people and the people they serve. At Cintas, your dedicated service reps understand what you need to help you keep your employees feeling safe, comfortable, and performing their best. So your business can too. For workwear, essential cleaning products, first aid and safety supplies, and fire protection services, visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
At Ocean First Bank, our first thought is you. We put you first in all we do. Community banking for a century. We treat you like your family. Whatever you need, whatever you dream, let's make it a reality. Ocean First Bank, putting you first.
Right now, new customers can earn a $235 bonus when they open a Freestyle checking account featuring no fees, no minimum balance requirements, and unlimited ATMs. See for yourself why we call it the best checking account ever.
Whatever you need, whatever you dream, let's make it a reality. Ocean First Bank, putting you first.
Certain rules and restrictions apply. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Opportunity Lender.
You're listening to Game Night with Josh Hennig on 97.3 ESPN and the free mobile app.
Game Night, of course, being brought to you by our friends at the FanDuel Sportsbook inside Bally's off the Boardwalk in Atlantic City. Phillies action tomorrow, Friday, and potentially Saturday. Don't forget Thursday night football. Eagles, Cowboys, Sunday night. All of that and more. Bet, watch, and win with all of it at FanDuel Sportsbook with 10 betting kiosks, 5 betting windows, 13 big screen TVs, and plenty of comfortable seating. So just head over to FanDuel Sportsbook inside Bally's off the Boardwalk in Atlantic City to get in on all the action this season. FanDuel wants every bettor's experience to be enjoyable and fun. Visit FanDuel.com/playwell. Learn more. Must be 21 or to play and present in New Jersey. To bet online. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Real quick, before we get to Andy McNamara, I promise, text her, I get the exact stat. So Castellanos batted 300 in the month of April separately and in the month of August separately. And in his first 49 games this year, he had 7 home runs, 28 RBI. So to say that he stunk, I'm modifying the word, all year long, is completely unfair. He had a bad stretch of basically a total of what would layer to be 3 months, okay? Basically from Memorial Day to the trade deadline, he didn't hit well. He hit well before that, he hit well after that, and then he got injured. So, the problem is that, and Andy, I'll bring you in this conversation. You know this better than anyone because, when we talk football, how many times do narratives become reality and not actually like the facts? Like somebody hears somebody say something enough, they think it's true. Like, for example, how many times do we have to hear about Tom Brady gets all the calls, but yet the stats show that he is the 4th most roughing the passer called quarterback in the NFL. Carson Wentz is 2nd. I bet nobody talks about Carson Wentz getting all. So, people create these narratives and then it changes the conversation, Andy.
Yeah, it really does. And, I guess he got the one call that really mattered, that old Tuck rule back when it all started. That's when it was. That's when Tom Brady got all the breaks.
That was before Tom was a somebody.
That's before he was a somebody. That's right.
Right.
That's right. Before. Yeah. You're right, though. All different narratives. And it comes down to, and that's when I advise people going into fantasy football drafts, don't go on name recognition. Don't go on what is the common thought. For example, some teams, Josh, just have that. You say their name and you think that they have a good defense. Let's say the Chicago Bears. If you say Bears to me, the first thing the first thought is, oh yeah, they have a good defense because they're the Bears. And when they won the Super Bowl, they had an amazing defense. But that's not necessarily the case, right? Or when you think of, let's say, Julio Jones going in, right? People are like, oh, how high should I draft Julio Jones? I said, well, you probably shouldn't draft Julio Jones because he's going to be hurt all year again. So that's where to your point, that narrative, that kind of big picture just gets convoluted. And then people just think it's a fact rather than maybe looking into it more.
By the way, I just pulled up part of the stat line. Would you like to guess who has the most roughing the passer penalties of like the last several years?
Like called on them, like a defender?
No, like a quarterback who got the ball.
You know what? Matthew Stafford. I'll say Stafford.
Brady has 2 more than Stafford, and Brady's not the leader in the clubhouse.
Okay. So not Stafford. I think
I'll give you a hint.
Standalone guy.
It's not who you think. It's like fantasy football. The best is not who you think.
Matt Ryan.
Matt Ryan's number 2. He's got 37.
I figured it would have to be a guy who stands there. It have to be a guy who doesn't move much to get bounced. So who's another statue? Who?
The number 1 is Ryan Fitzpatrick.
There you go.
Fitzpatrick has 41. Matt Ryan has 37. Aaron Rodgers has 29. Brady has 20.
Jeez. So see, folks, you can't hate on poor Tom, right?
It's not all Tom's fault.
Not all Tom's fault. Absolutely. He gets hit enough. Yeah, Tom's having a tough enough go his multimillionaire. What is Tom going to collect alimony? That's my question.
Well, I think I think they sign one of those prenups because remember she's worth more than he is.
Yeah. Oh, I thought he would be like taken care of. How hilarious would that be? Tom's Giselle.
Yeah. Well, you know how those things work. There's like a preset number in those.
Yeah.
You know?
Interesting. That'd be interesting.
Yeah, I don't want to get too legalese, but for those who don't know, the way those things work is if you don't have a prenup, they have what's called escalators, where basically the person who makes the most money has to pay a number based on projections across a certain amount of time.
Okay. You know what? That there's something with that when Kevin Federline and Britney Spears, because K-Fed was in WWE for like 2 shows, and they called him Mr. Britney Spears because he was getting paid out by Britney. It was the best. I wish we had more K-Fed. That guy was a wicked heel. He was so detestable.
He was a great heel. Let's get to the situation here with football, because we won't have you on Friday's show. Phillies baseball that day. Phillies 4:30 tomorrow, 4:30 on Friday here on 97.3 ESPN FM. So because of that, Andy was kind enough to join me earlier in the week. Andy working his whole schedule, rearranging his whole life around for me. Right?
Absolutely. And I'll also, nothing to do with me going to Cleveland this weekend at all.
Nothing at all.
Happy to be
especially considering Cleveland's on the postseason anymore, right? Oh, wait, they're playing the Yankees.
But yeah, it's going to be a hop in town. I'm excited to be down there because they're going to have, I was going to say Indians, but Guardians, Ohio State, and Browns all that weekend. That's going to be a poppin' city.
I feel like the Cleveland Guardians are the name of a team in a fictional baseball movie.
It's like the Commanders in NFL.
Well, the Commanders are an Arena League team. We all know that.
Right. That's right. But that's a generic name. That's like the creative city in the old Madden games where it's like, you're the Commanders, you're the Guardians. Just like Drake London is like, that's a creative, that's a neutral player name. That's like Drake London.
Drake London's the #1 pick in your like 5th year of the fantasy franchise in Madden. He went to Penn State or something.
Yeah, for sure. And now he's just an actual stud in the NFL.
Right. It's crazy how that works. Obviously, the big thing in our area, Andy, I want to get to with you is the Phillies are playing the Braves, but the Eagles are playing the Cowboys. The division is on the line on Sunday Night Football. And Andy, I broke it down. The Eagles and the Cowboys are 2 of the top 10 defenses in the NFL. And really, to me, it's either the Cowboys or the 49ers are the best defense, but the Eagles are right up there as well. So, this game, I mean, if you're playing fantasy football or even analyze regular football, this might not be a high-scoring game on Sunday night.
Yeah, it's a great point. And you look at the Eagles, great against the pass. They can be a little generous against the run at times, but overall, this defense has been awesome. The Cowboys the same. That's a prime time event, and it's with freaking Cooper Rush at quarterback. Dak still can't grip the football. They don't have to rush it back. Outrageous. I can't wait though. I love what we're seeing out of the Eagles. It's a game where, you're at home in Philly. This is a chance. Now, not if Dak was there, you're not going to be necessarily fearing Dak Prescott, but let's give the guy his due. He's been a darn good quarterback at times. This is a chance. But the Cowboys have been winning. They've been finding a way. They've been going off their defense. They've been playing the complementary football on offense. That's what you need to do. But the Eagles, I think the main thing that they need to do is what they've been doing, and that is to just run their offense, use Jalen Hurts. I'd like him to get a passing touchdown, 2 games without a passing TD, but it's working in whatever capacity that it is. Get up early. You need to force Cooper Rush to throw the football. Force Cooper Rush to have to play comeback kid. Force him to do that. Eagles win this ball game.
So here's the breakdown. Cowboys allow 14.4 points per game against. Eagles allow 17.6. Those are both top 7 in the NFL. Eagles allow the 4th fewest total yards against. Cowboys 7th fewest total yards against. Cowboys 47 quarterback hits, most in the NFL. Cowboys also lead the NFL in quarterback pressures. Eagles 35 quarterback hits, 6th best in the NFL, and the Eagles are the 3rd most quarterback pressures in the NFL this year.
Jeez. Yeah, so, to your point, it might be a case where maybe on you're setting your DFS lineups, your contest, maybe you stay away as much as possible from this game. If you're in your season-long redraft, there's going to be some players you can't stay away from. You're going to be playing Devontae Smith. You're going to be playing A.J. Brown. You're going to be playing Jalen Hurts and Miles Sanders. Cowboys, I think really, while the running backs haven't necessarily been lighting it up, you know that is the direction. You still have to play Zeke. You still have to play Pollard. I still want to see how Michael Gallup works his way back in more and how many more reps they give. He's kind of the wild card in this offense when it comes to fantasy for the rest of the season. That I wouldn't say play Michael Gallup this week, but I wouldn't mind getting him if he's available, keeping him on my bench just to see how this develops going forward.
Are you concerned at all about the Eagles' offensive line? Because, I mean, you at one point had like almost the entire backup unit out there on Sunday's game. You know, Kelsey, whether he wants to admit it or not, he's banged up, right?
Yeah.
Mailata, they're hopeful he'll be back for Sunday Night Football. And Driscoll struggled at times in the Cardinals game with all those Vance Joseph blitzes. And we know that Sayamalu, he's been in and out of the lineup. Realistically, knock on wood, we're at wood in here. Here we go. Knock on wood. The only guy who's been consistently out there has been Lane Johnson. You know, Lane Johnson has a lot of sack since like, what was it, like 2020 or something like that? Something crazy like that.
What a stud. But and you know what? It is a concern because of what you laid out there. If you're missing your starters, if you're missing your healthy starters, that's going to be a concern. However, what's the old saying? Bill Parcells, you are what your record are. And if I'm looking, I'm seeing 5 wins, 0 losses. So they're finding ways. And the confidence that gives the Eagles has to be astronomical. Because when you do get healthy, think of the confidence you have then. That, hey, we won with everybody banged up. We won with, now we got our guys back. That's a season-long projection. The balance that you get from Jalen Hurts being able to run the ball and also still distribute it effectively enough. Josh, we're not seeing Jimmy Garoppolo type numbers where he throws the ball 9 times in a game and hands it off a million times or runs it himself. He's still throwing the ball. He's still throwing the ball quite a bit. Now, they haven't been going for touchdowns, but he's been running it in. And you're doing what you need to do in this situation, and they keep doing it. So I have no problem with the Eagles' offensive line against the Dallas Cowboys this game because this team and this coaching staff and this offense has clearly been smart enough to be able to adapt. And when you have the athleticism of a Jalen Hurts, who you have to respect the pass, you have to. You can't just load up the box. You have to respect it to a certain degree. I think the Eagles are going to be just fine Sunday night.
And McNamara joining us here on Game Night 97.3 ESPN FM, 97.3 ESPN mobile app powered by First Bank of Seattle at AndyMC81 on Twitter. Give him a follow there. What do we do with the hierarchy of the NFC? Because the Packers just lost to the Giants. The Bucs barely beat the Falcons. The defending Super Bowl champions, I mean, I don't even know if they're even good anymore at this point. I mean, their offensive line is so bad. The 49ers basically just have to play mistake-free football. I feel like they can win any game on any day of the week. Geno Smith is throwing for 1 million yards a game. And the Vikings are Jekyll and Hyde.
Yeah. And you know what? I have actually out of my weekly waiver wire video on Twitter at AndyMC81, hashtag Ask Andy. Josh, I had Geno Smith. You talk about the Seahawks there as my top streaming quarterback. What is this? This was never even a thing when Geno Smith was, you had the illusion that he might be good as a rookie. And this was never a thing with Geno Smith, ever. The dude's throwing 9-2 touchdown interception ratio. He's balling out. I don't care about the record for fantasy. It's tremendous. When we look at it real life wise, though, Seahawks aren't doing anything. We know that. The Cardinals are frauds. The Rams are just in the worst hangover, a Super Bowl hangover you can get, along with the Bengals. And so, yeah, like the 49ers, there's not a team in the NFC. Let's remove the NFC East for a moment. You go through the North, Vikings on, off, the Packers, they just can't find their way right now. I still think Aaron Rodgers is going to get into some groove and figure it out. But boy, is he having a tougher time than I thought he would. Adapting post Devontae Adams. This is a thing. I thought he would just, pick 1 or 2 guys and just start force feeding. Not so. It's a real situation. So you can't count on the Packers. the Buccaneers, really all we have to go by is, it's Tom. He might figure it out. We can put nothing on that. Forget about the Saints. And we just talked about the 49ers. So, Josh, if we're looking at the NFC, who's the only team that stands out right now as being as complete as you can be? It's the Eagles. Like, the Eagles are the best running, operating team right now in the NFC. The record says it. The adaptability says it. I don't know if this is a peak too early situation. I don't know. But right now, would you take anybody else over the Eagles right now head-to-head in the NFC? I would.
To me, the winner of Sunday Night Football is the best team in the NFC. That's my position because I think the one thing that the Eagles could run into is that Dallas defense. And if, as you mentioned, if Cooper Rush doesn't have to save the day, if Cooper Rush doesn't have to be a hero, Dallas can win that game on Sunday night. I am not. This is not a guaranteed Eagles win on Sunday Night Football. To me, I think that the winner of that game is the best team because what's going to happen is when you compare both teams' resumes, you realize that neither team has like an elite resume of games won. Like you mentioned, the Cowboys beat the Rams and the Bengals. They're both having Super Bowl hangovers. So, like, if that's your two best wins, what do I do with you?
Well, and let's look at Cooper Rush. And I said it, and then you said it. He has not had to be hero since he's come in. You want to force him that. Let's look at the numbers here. Okay? Last game, he only had to throw it 16 times. The completion, 15 of 27 the game before, 21 of 31. Now, look at the yardage, 102. Under 236 yards every game, but no interceptions. He's thrown one touchdown in his first two games, then two in the last one, and none in the last week. That is the perfect example of you're using your running backs. You're making the plays when they matter. To his credit, Cooper, he's advancing what you need to do, but the game's not on his back. And that's really the difference between, if we use an example that I used last week, Josh, between a Cooper Rush and let's say a Jacoby Brissett with the Browns. The Dallas defense is making it so you don't have to have Cooper. It's like, Cooper, just don't screw it up. For the Browns, you're forcing Jacoby Brissett to march back. And guess what he does? He keeps throwing interceptions, or a field goal kicker keeps missing the right upright. Now you're getting me upset. But Cooper Rush is doing it. He's doing what he needs to do. So the Eagles got to go up. You got to go up. You have to make Cooper Rush come back and beat you. And if you get in that position, Eagles are winning this game.
I'm just saying both the former Jets kickers missed field goals on Sunday.
Oh, man.
Cam York and Matt Amendola, right?
Amendola. Oh, man. What a mess.
Dude, I'm telling you, I'm sitting at a local establishment on Sunday, and I'm surrounded by Eagle fans. And the moment Kyler Murray slid, everyone thought it was a first down, including Kyler Murray, but it wasn't. And everyone's looking around like, wait a minute, it's fourth down. They got to kick it here, right? And here comes Amendola. And the first words out of my mouth is he ain't Cameron Dicker. And what do they say? What do they say on the telecast? Perfect job by the production truck. They show him, they say, well, he was missing right in pregame warmups. And what does he do? He misses right. It was like a prediction. I mean, that game, sometimes you just got to be lucky, right? It's
good, Josh. Good to be lucky to be good, right? You put yourself in a situation, and yeah, that could have gone overtime, but who's afraid of the Eagles, especially when Kyler Murray walked out in some like soccer mom's onesie weird outfit.
Dude, I am so
that was
confused.
The worst.
I am
like you're
so
playing the Eagles.
Confused.
Why is he in green? It was Seahawks green playing the Eagles. It's very bizarre.
But also, like, I think like he wasn't wearing like a shirt under the jacket or something. And
very off-putting. It was an off-putting look. It
yeah.
Looked, you know what, Josh? It looked like someone's like, like mom who took on like becoming a real estate agent in her 50s as a second job, and she's trying to look nice. And that woman could pull it off. Kyler Murray could not. That was a weird look, and he had a bad game.
Yeah, and the other problem with Kyler is, and look, he's a phenomenal talent. I was telling somebody, you know the scenes from the Rocky movies, Rocky has to chase the chicken around, he can't catch the chicken, right? That's Kyler Murray. That's what it's like for NFL defenders to chase him. They're like Rocky chasing the chicken and just screaming, "Come on, man!" Like getting all mad about it. But dude, like it's hard to take you seriously when you don't know it's a first down. The coaches don't know that it's a first down. Nobody realized it wasn't a first down. Like somebody's got to be the person to be like, that wasn't a first down, man. Why are they yelling in his ear? Spike it, spike it. You're telling me the dude up in the booth can't see that it's not a first down?
That's somebody's job, right? You have people that have to do it. It was a total failure. Like I almost give a pass to that for Kyler, Josh, because he's on the field. I'm sure if you're on the field, like you're trying to judge the marker. Yeah, right. That's the other people's job to be in your ear, and it wasn't. And now that's the difference. You see, losers find way to lose, and the Cardinals are losers. They usually just don't start becoming losers until November. They're just doing it earlier this year. I think we're seeing, like we talked about, I think last week with Kingsbury. I think that dude's out after this year. I think you got to rejig it. He was a loser in college. He's a loser in the NFL.
Before I let you go, really quick, I want to ask you, flip it over to the AFC real quick. Bills, Chiefs, they're the two best teams in the AFC. Yeah. Who's the third?
Oof. Can we get a Bills like Chiefs playoff rematch, by the way, please?
You probably will.
Oh, my gosh. You'll never live up to it. But it'd be great. Okay, so let's look. No one else in the AFC East. How are the Jets 3-2? Please, by the way, that's despicable. It's no one in the AFC
Steelers
North.
For that,
and the Browns lose that one. Jeez, it's no one in the AFC South. Titans, Colts, no. It's not the Chargers. No, not really. Boy, I don't think there is. I think it's the Bills and Chiefs, and that's about it. Like, if I have to pick one, I guess I'll go with the Chargers. Because you have the offense when you get Keenan Allen back, and credit to Justin Herbert for operating with those ribs. The defense isn't what it needs to be with Bosa out. The running game, which hadn't scored, they rushed for more yards in that Brown, and I'm not being like funny here. They literally rushed for more yards in that rushing game than they did like all season. Like it's ridiculous how one-sided they were. Maybe they try to operate that more going forward. I'd have to think it's the Chargers, but it is a distant third.
I know it's painful for you. One of my favorite moments of NFL weekend was Justin Tucker with the gladiator moment.
Oh,
with the arms out, like, are you not entertained?
Come on, man. Guy's the GOAT. He is.
The guy's incredible.
He's automatic. He's automatic. And the Ravens, to their credit, had him and was it Sam?
Well, they had Matt Stover before him.
Former Cleveland Brown. Yeah, they got him in the when that skunk Modell moved the team. Don't let me start on that one. They got all that. So like it's automatic, and it puts you in a situation when you have the confidence in that kicker. You're never as long as you can hang around with 3 points within 3. You're never out of the game. Like the confidence that just relieves. We didn't get the first down. Oh well, Tucker will bail us out. Like this, just
58 yards,
level.
No big deal. 58 yards, no big deal.
60 yards, no big deal. Like it's that good, and it's that automatic for him. And that's what helped. But the AFC North, they have, anyone scared of the Ravens? Really? No. And nobody else. Like Denver, hello.
You're scared of 2 players on the Ravens, and that's it.
Yeah, Lamar and Tucker.
Yeah.
That's it. And for the Broncos,
you're certainly not scared of the defense.
Not the defense. I want to see, though. Russell Wilson had that mini shoulder procedure after that debacle last week. How do the Broncos respond? I don't think they have the moxie to come back, and I just don't think they have the makeup. The coach is weak. And also, Josh,
I'm still waiting for Brett Rippon to come into the game. I'm still waiting for him to come in for Denver.
Well, I just love the tone deafness. Like, is Russell Wilson just like on a different place? Is he's just rich, and he's like one of those rich Hollywood celebrities. He's out of reality. Where after that horrendous game where no team scored a touchdown, it's like Broncos country, let's ride. Like what? Like, are you? This isn't time for catchphrases, bro. What are you talking about? It's ridiculous. What a farce. I don't think Russell Wilson is as bad as he is, but that head coach sir ain't helping him. They're going to have to blow that up again in Denver.
For more NFL and fantasy football talk, follow him on Twitter at AndyMC81. Andy, safe travels to Cleveland this weekend. Hopefully the Browns, you will be the good luck charm.
Yes, Browns are going to win. I'm going to be at an establishment downtown Cleveland, rooting on the Eagles to go 6-0.
There you go.
Sunday night. Let's do it.
We'll talk next week, Andy. Take care.
See you, pal. Bye.
Andy McNamara usually joins us on Fridays, but of course, Phillies baseball will be this Friday. Wednesday and Friday's games, both of them 4:30 p.m. first pitch here on 97.3 ESPN. We'll wrap up the show on the other side. I'm Josh Hennig. This is Game Night on 97.3 ESPN FM.
The American League Division Series on ESPN Radio. The AL Central champion Cleveland Guardians head to the Bronx to face the AL East champion New York Yankees. It's game 1 of a best-of-5.
Deep left field, Judge sends it way out of here into the second deck. And the Yankees jump in front.
Game 1 of the Guardians and Yankees. Coverage begins today at 7 Eastern on ESPN Radio.
Listen to the MLB playoffs on 97.3 ESPN FM.
Hi, it's Pete from Chicky and Pete's. Dine in for these amazing fall specials. Wednesday is crab night. 2 pounds of snow crab legs, $49.99. Or mix it up with 2 pounds of snow crab legs and 4 hard shells for $79.99. Thursdays are for the birds. Whatever the Eagles score on Sunday, you get to save on wings at Chicky and Pete's on Thursday. Plus, limited time fall specials, including bomb pork belly tacos and the garlic truffle burger. Wash it down with our pear elderflower mule or apple cider old fashioned. Chickies and Pete's. Hi, it's Pete from Chicky and Pete's. And we know Saturdays in the fall are special. Why? College football. And we have you covered with food and drink specials and the best in-game experience to watch your team or the college football game of the week. Come watch Penn State, Temple, Villanova, Notre Dame, Texas, Michigan, Georgia, and more. College football Saturdays are special at Chickies and Pete's.
Jamie's Log, Progressive, the Harrington's Backyard, day 27, 3:33 a.m. 333. All those threes mean something, or I may be losing it. Been camped in a Harrington's Backyard for 27 days now, proving that Progressive has 24/7 protection. They told me every day they understand what 24/7 protection means. Think I'm finally getting through to them. 333.
Progressive doesn't just offer a great price when you bundle home and auto. We offer round-the-clock protection, just not literally from Jamie. Coverage from Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and third-party insurers, and subject to policy terms. Bundle discount not available in all states or situations.
You wash your hands, you brush your teeth, but what about the nose? How do you clean your nose? With Navage. Navage uses powered suction to pull saline in one nostril, around the back of the nose, and out the other nostril, flushing out allergens, mucus, and germs. And it's why cleaning your nose, the body's air filter, is the next evolution in daily personal hygiene. People try Navage for lots of reasons. Sinusitis, colds, allergies, snoring, things that make it hard to breathe through your nose. But over time, they find that cleaning their nose makes them feel better, a lot better. Over 3 million Navage users have written more than 100,000 reviews, averaging 4.7 stars, saying best product I've ever used and amazing. I love my Navage. Navage helps you breathe better, sleep deeper, and snore less. But the biggest payoff is improved health. Navage is good personal hygiene and can help you stay healthier. At Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, Rite Aid, Target, and online. Navage, N-A-V-A-G-E. Clean nose, healthy life.
Son, get in the car.
No, Dad, not your car. It smells horrid and it looks awful. I'm scared, Dad. I'm really scared.
Is your old car really scary? Matt Platt Mitsubishi wants your trade, even if you owe thousands more than it's worth. Push, pull, even drag it in to Matt Platt Mitsubishi and get more for your trade when you purchase any select new 2022 Mitsubishi SUV, plus every new Mitsubishi Eclipse Cross or Outlander SUV. Put $0 down and pay only 2.9% financing. Worried that your credit will make car buying scary? Matt Platt Mitsubishi knows bad things happen to good people. We finance your future, not your past, even if your credit is less than perfect. Simply Matt Platt Mitsubishi. Approved with Tier 1 credit. Rebates and incentives to dealer. Go to mattplattmitsubishi.com for complete details. Plus tax, license, registration fees. Offers can't be combined. Expires 11/5/22. So come in today and get your deal your way. Located right in the heart of Glassboro for over 30 years.
We tried Dynovite nutritional supplement, and after a couple of weeks, we noticed a big difference. Our little Gizmo's coat was shinier, and there was a lot less scratching and shedding.
My dog smelled and scratched constantly. We bathed and sprayed her, took her to the vet, but no results. Now, a little Dynovite in her food helps Bella keep her beautiful coat with no scratching or smell.
Happier, healthier with every bite. Over 1 million pets helped with Dynovite.
At EasyCater, food for work is our thing. Maybe that's why we get orders from 93% of Fortune 500 companies. So what's up with the other 7%?
Everyone, meet our newest employee, Susan. She has an idea that is going to revolutionize our food ordering.
Hi, Susan. So nice to meet you.
Unfortunately, she just gave her notice, and today is her last day.
I'm gonna miss her. Why don't all companies order through EasyCater? Who knows? Order 24/7 from over 95,000 restaurants on EasyCater.com. EasyCater, food for work. That's our thing.
Robots. They keep our house clean. They deliver our packages. But did you know they can even assist in surgery? Atlanticare's minimally invasive robotic surgery program isn't futuristic. Our surgeons are using the most advanced technology to improve patients' lives today, and they perform more robotic procedures than anyone else in southeastern New Jersey. See how we're getting patients back to life faster with less pain and smaller scars. Visit atlanticare.org/robotics.
By now, you know that sound. It's the sound of the Home Depot. But what about those sounds? Those are the sounds of craft ice from a new LG refrigerator, cooling your drink to perfection. Making this the sound of savings on top brand appliances. Save up to $1,212 on this exclusive LG kitchen package with craft ice at the Home Depot. How doers get more done. Offer valid September 29th through October 19th. U.S. only. See store or online for details.
Let's be real. Mopping is a hassle. You have to fill the bucket, pushing a wet, heavy mop around, then cleaning the mop when you're done so it doesn't grow bacteria. A hassle on top of a hassle. Try Swiffer Wet Jet. With Swiffer Wet Jet, you start with a fresh pad and cleaning solution every time. And when you're done, you just toss the pad. Swiffer Wet Jet, the faster, easier, cleaner way to clean your floors.
Listen up, South Jersey football fans. Are you interested in solar? Want a free roof? EMT Solar and Roofing has you covered. Visit ESPNSolar.com to see if your home qualifies for a free roof with solar installation. Don't wait, act now. Start saving thousands and virtually extinguish your electric bill. ESPNSolar.com is the place to go for your roofing or solar needs. No commitments, no hidden fees. Go to ESPNSolar.com to see if you qualify.
Now, more Game Night with Josh Hennig on 97.3 ESPN and the free mobile app.
Game Night being brought to you by my friends over at Jenkins. Be like 97.3 ESPN FM because we need to keep the studio cool. That's who we called. And so should you. No need to call the drain guy, the heater guy, or the plumbing guy. Jenkins technicians are trained to do it all. Purdue Heating and Air installation, service, and maintenance, ductless air conditioning systems, water heaters, boilers, oil service, plumbing, and drain cleaning services. Call 609-641-6262. Online at jenkinsandsons.com. Coming up next on 97.3 ESPN FM, Yankees versus Guardians here on 97.3 ESPN. Then we'll be back on tomorrow at 2 o'clock. Mike Gill and the Sports Bash will be live from 2 up to 4:30. Phillies, Braves, Game 2 tomorrow, 97.3 ESPN FM. I'm Josh Hennig. Have a great everybody.
Hey, it's Mike Gill from the Sports Bash. Don't forget, you can listen to the Phillies and Braves NLDS Game 2 tomorrow on 97.3 ESPN and the 97.3 ESPN free mobile app. Coverage begins at 4:30. I'll be on with previews from Frank Close and Mike McGarry on the Sports Bash starting at 2 p.m., leading you into the Phillies and Braves Game 2 tomorrow. That's the Sports Bash at 2 o'clock, the Phillies at 4:30, right here on 97.3 ESPN and the free mobile app.